And for the water enterprise, instead of 1%, is 2% for each year. And on the solid waste enterprise, 8.5 through the whole 5 years, and not level off. So we can invest in our infrastructure and invest in our community. We have a lot of aging, infrastructure that if we don't keep investing, it's more expensive. Yes, we are going to get some funding through it, but I don't want to rely on potential grants and maybe here, maybe there. We need to aggressively fund our infrastructure, whether, and pay some of the debt that we already incurred. If you saw some of the slides, we have already incurred debt on, we just, last council meeting, we just incurred, trucks, and they're not even electric. We need to close the cell 3. We need to open cell 4 for our garbage. We need a lot of things in our community. So, I know we're very at the lowest rate. We're always trying to keep it at the lowest rate because of one issue or another. Today is COVID. Last time that when I was in council, it was the economy. There's always something. And we keep deferring, and it just costs us more and more. We don't have enough staff. We don't have enough, enough funding to create some of these projects, but we need to be a little bit more aggressive in our endeavors.
So I have a motion that was amended with higher rates. Can I get a second? Councilmember Hurst? With a second, okay. Discussion? Councilmember Hurst?
Well, I would just say, I think Eduardo's right that, we need to be fully prepared to fix the pipes and to haul the trash. And I know that that's not popular, any kind of an increase won't be popular with ratepayers, but there are some things they could do to help out. If they can squeeze their trash into the smaller container, they could save $1 or $2. But where does the rest of it go? Well, sometimes it goes into the recycling can, along with a dirty diaper and a half a can of cat food. And that's one of the reasons the Chinese don't really want to take our recyclables anymore. Just one of the reasons. There were some political reasons as well. But, there are things the ratepayers can do, but the ratepayers also has to understand the grand plan and the impacts. If we can't fix our infrastructure adequately, if we can't make sure that the pipes are going to flow correctly, if the garbage is not going to be picked up and the sewers are plugged up, then we're in a world of hurt.
Thank you. Councilmember Garcia?
Yes, I'm going to be voting against this motion. I was prepared to support the motion made by staff because staff was going to be taking into consideration federal monies coming to us. Staff is taking into consideration possible being able to get grants, and all that information is not known yet. And it could be very, very helpful to us in terms of doing all we need to do for our infrastructure. So I will be voting against this motion.
Thank you. Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yeah, I'd like to make a substitute motion and just motion that we follow through with the recommendation of staff.
Well, there's a motion on the floor, so.
I know, but I'm making a substitute motion.
I think we would have to.
No, you can follow my substitute motion before you go to the main motion. If I get a second.
Alan can clarify.
Alan, can you clarify that, please?
Yes,
Alan?
he can you have to deal with his amendment before you go back to the main motion.
Okay, so, but he's making he's not really an amendment, he's making another motion.
Well, he can make a motion to make a substitute motion if he gets a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, so then there's a first and a second to go back to the original staff's recommendation. Discussion?
And the reason I'm doing this is because, I mean, we are here with a pandemic, and we are going to be able to look at this in another 4 years and start looking at the study of a rate increase into the future. And, you know, we do have to still look, like Councilmember Rebecca pointed out, you know, the Rescue America plan is hopefully going to be approved by Congress tomorrow. That's what the hope is, and at least in the National League of Cities. I'll be in the Hill tomorrow pushing for that. And if that does follow through and the president does sign it and it comes through with us, you know, that's just a portion of what this administration wants to do. You know, they're really talking about funding infrastructure in all aspects, right? Transportation, utilities. And so hopefully down the pipeline, there'll be more money hopefully coming to communities like us. And so I think we need you to sit and wait and not put more pressure on a community that needs to be right now at this moment.
Councilmember Estrada.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, I do want to say to my colleagues, Eduardo and Lowell, that in principle, you're absolutely right. You know, that we probably will have to think about how to alleviate some of these problems in the future. You know, with the 7.5 for a couple of these projects, that was already a hard sell in my district, you know, and I have to go back to them, and I've already heard from them, and I have to tell them that we approved an even higher rate is going to be really tough for them. As my fellow council member Aurelio mentioned, they're you know, the pandemic is still here. Everybody's still waiting for the next stimulus check to come in to hopefully soften the blow of a few things. And so I will be supporting the amendment made by Aurelio, and it's, you know, no indictment to your idea. Again, in principle, I think you're both correct, but these are tough times, and you know, I have to listen to my constituents.
Councilmember Hurst.
I just want to point out that our streets are already falling apart in many ways, and that are they're checkered with patches from water mains that failed. There's people who their laterals have failed into our sewer system, who have to pay big bucks to get those taken care of. And garbage costs are probably never, ever going to go down. And maybe I missed the history lesson on cell 3 or cell 4, because I didn't know we had a cell 4. I thought we ended with 3. Right now, we're taking all our trash to Marina. Not a good green idea, but we don't have any choices. So we're up against the wall with many things here, and it's going to take self-help to get this situation in a more secure manner.
Yes, Alan.
Mayor, I went back. There is a substitute motion which substitutes the main motion. That's what Robert's rules provides. In your rules, it says that a motion in subdivision A6, it says an amendment shall be related to the main motion. Any amendment which substitutes a new motion rather than amending the existing motion shall be out of order and may so be declared by the mayor. So if Councilmember Gonzalez's motion is a motion which substitutes the old motion, then you could declare it out of order. And I'm sorry if I caused confusion. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah. So we could have voted on the first, or their first motion originally.
You would have to declare it out of order.
I mean, this has kind of now caused confusion for a lot of people, and
Well, that's why I'm trying to clarify it now. Because you had nobody on the council that I'm aware of has made a motion to substitute in probably 25 years. This is the first time we've had one.
well, Aurelio threw a curveball.
So I just want, you know, I'm not sure where this is all going to end up.
Yeah.
But ordinarily, a substitute motion is appropriate. In your rules, it says an amendment which substitutes a new motion is out of order and may be so declared by the mayor. So you would have to declare it out of order.
Well, this is what we'll do. We'll vote on the first motion. If it fails, then we'll get another motion. And if it doesn't fail, then it passes. So we'll go with the original motion. And then if it doesn't pass, then we'll go to Aurelio. So
Yeah.
we'll go.
Supposed to vote on the amendment first.
It's not an amendment, though. It was a new motion.
It's a substitute.
It's a substitute motion. Okay, so let's just go to vote. B, it's getting,
On the first one,
yes, the first one.
Okay. Estrada,
No.
Garcia,
No,
Gonzalez,
No,
Hurst,
Yes,
Montesino,
Yes.
Parker,
Sorry, Mayor Dutra. Yes,
Really?
Dutra,
I can't do this to the community at this time. It's gonna be no.
the motion fails.
Okay, is there a new motion? Councilmember Gonzalez.
I can make a motion to accept the recommendations of staff.
I'll second it.
All right, Beatrice.
Can I amend the motion?
sure.
Okay, there's,
Can I amend it for the solid waste and instead of the last 2 years being at 5%, leave it at 7.5% through the whole years? Can I get a
Again,
second?
Councilmember Montesino would need a second to that amendment.
okay, Councilmember Hurst seconded it.
Sure, I will.
Okay, we'll
Then
vote on the amendment. Beatrice,
Estrada,
No.
Garcia,
No,
Gonzalez,
No,
Hurst,
Yes,
Montesino,
Yes.
Parker,
yes,
Dutra,
no.
the motion fails.
You're back to the main motion on the floor, which is.
All
from
right,
well,
Beatrice,
it's an amendment
Okay,
failed.
Estrada,
Yes.
Garcia,
yes,
Gonzalez,
Yes,
Hurst,
yes,
Montesino,
Yes.
Parker,
I think she froze.
I think she's gone.
about
She's thinking really hard. I think she froze.
No, I think she froze.
Okay.
Dutra,
Yes. And let's remind the public that this is just to go out. Now that it's up to them to vote and send their votes back for them to be heard. Oh, there's
Parker's back in the room.
Ari,
first time. I'm
The-
sorry?
do you want to vote on the motion?
I would like to, yes.
Okay, it's a yes. Okay,
It froze right when it got to you. It was
Yeah.
really funny.
okay.
Well, Mayor, let's make sure the voters actually are well educated on this so they know what they're doing and they know that there's a catastrophe waiting out there and it could happen anytime.
Right. Education is going to be key. Thank you. All right. Any emergency items to add to the agenda? Nope. Okay. Requests and scheduling future agenda items, which we have a ton already, just to let you guys know. So, see, Manager Huffaker nodding his head. Yes, we have a lot. Okay. And at this point, I don't know where my gavel is. We're adjourned.
Good night.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.